So Ginge, because you're now in the pro baller arena.
Thank you.
And a pro baller yourself, obviously from birth.
You said it.
Going to ask you some quickfire questions.
Nice, mate. Go for it.
What did you have for breakfast this morning?
Oh, I had an Actimel and a Rice Krispie Squares bar. Only 100 calories.
Nice. Real mix of dietary requirements.
Got to get the carbs
there.
in now, haven't I? And Actimels are healthy, so I'll take it.
What's the best breakfast of all time?
Oh, the fattest big English breakfast. And I'm talking fried bread. I'm talking like, you know, feel the oil in your arteries. That one. 6 hash browns, 4 sausages, 2 bacon, scrambled egg, mushrooms, and no tomatoes.
Bosh!
Quite reserved with the bacon there.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the bacon. I don't like the fat on it.
Who's been your favourite footballer to shoot with?
In terms of who I enjoyed the most, I'd probably have to go Dallo and Anthony. In terms of who I'm the proudest to shoot with, probably Virgil van Dijk, just because of his sheer presence and aura he has of him.
And Liverpool player as well, obviously.
No, it's nothing to do with the Liverpool player. I knew that was getting brought up. I'll just go Bruno Fernandes then.
Which player would you love to shoot with?
David De Gea or Wayne Rooney.
Name 5 things that make you angry.
Foot champs, VAR, referees, slow drivers, and I wouldn't say angry, I'd say more extremely scared spiders.
What's the best thing about being famous?
I wouldn't clarify being famous, but what I would say is free stuff you get.
What's the worst thing about being famous?
Try some bits of your private life you try and keep private. There's a lot of nosy people out there, and to be fair, I was the exact same, so I understand it.
Which City players would get in the United team?
Oh, that's a great question. I think we could probably do with a bit more squad depth in the under-21s. So I reckon De Bruyne, Haaland maybe, and with a push of luck, possibly John Stones. He's not bad.
I think we covered this in the last one, but what are you scared of?
Spiders and aeroplanes. I'm not a fan of aeroplanes. I'm actually, to be honest, extremely scared of death. Don't want to die. But unfortunately, I'm not immortal, so that will happen.
What is your Nando's order?
Can I say 2? So if I'm not on a diet and I'm in a fat mood, garlic churrasco burger, 4 thighs, loaded fries, and 2 portions of broccoli. If I'm on a health kick, it would be butterfly chicken, thighs, broccoli, spicy rice.
What's the weirdest message you've received on social media?
Oh, well, I don't know if I can say this. So just to put into context, I've received pictures of like feet and stuff like that, so you understand where I'm going there. I've also said that I've had someone threaten to chop my mum up and put her in spaghetti. So that was one that's always stuck with me. That was an interesting one.
What would you be if you weren't in entertainment?
Oh, I reckon I would still be doing my coaching badges to go into coaching.
Coaching at the moment?
Yes, just took over on under-18s grassroots football. So that series will be soon, hopefully. Should bang. And I think we've just been put in the hardest division, new team in the hardest division. So, do you know what I mean? It's going to be a tough one, but we're going to put everything into it and see what we can do.
Who's the funniest person you've met through work?
Oh, that's a good question. There's a lot of, actually, obviously you can't say yourself. No, I'd probably go Stephen Tries. He is hilarious. Obviously you've got your obvious ones like Philly. But yeah, I think Stephen takes it.
Worked with us a few times, didn't you? Don't get a
Yeah,
shout.
yeah, obviously. I thought you just, sorry. Yeah, Stephen.
3 things you couldn't live without.
Manchester United. And food and water. Let's not be silly.
Who would you choose to fight in a celebrity boxing match?
Ooh, who would I choose to fight? Depends. Do you want me to go easy or do you want me to go hard? I'll tell you who, actually. It'd be a good one. Gabby Banglaho. Shut him up. He talks a lot of nonsense, doesn't he? I can't be arsed with that. Yeah, Gabby Bonglaho. But if we're going someone a bit more like in my sort of area, a big fight, maybe like HS Tiki Toki, but he'd probably bang myself.
Danny Aaron's in training, you might.
Yeah, Danny Aaron's in training, but I, for some reason I just don't think we'd be in the same weight class. So yeah, tough trip to Germany.
Who's the most famous person in your phone book?
Whoa. Now that is a tough one. No, it isn't. One of my best mates, Wayne Rooney. What a boy.
What's the last thing you Googled?
OnlyFans. No, I'm joking, I'm joking. It was actually, what year did Michael Owen win the Ballon d'Or? Because we were just talking about it now, it was 2001.
You'll get £1 million if somebody answers their phone when you ring them. Who are you ringing?
I'd probably go my mum. Because if she doesn't answer it, there's going to be serious trouble. She's just killed her son.
Tell us something that nobody knows about you.
I could embarrass myself here. I could just go play it safe. No one likes the safe answers. In primary school, I was the captain of the cheerleading team. Why are you laughing? It's a sport. I'm an athlete.
Still do it?
No, not anymore. I've had to give it up. We lost the competition. But I think, still to this day, I'm sure I'm the one who did the mistake.
Have you ever met a footballer you didn't like?
No. Every single footballer I've got on with so far, so I'll take that. Still yet to have a bad experience.
What's your biggest regret?
Not starting TikTok sooner.
What's your most embarrassing moment?
Probably being the captain of the primary school cheerleading team. Most embarrassing moment. I don't think I've got one because, believe it or not, I don't really get embarrassed. I'll do anything for anyone. So yeah, not anything. I'm not Katie Price. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I don't really get embarrassed.
What's the most expensive thing you've ever bought?
To be honest, probably my Crocs. Oh no, house. Yeah, probably house.
Close too. Boxers or briefs?
Boxers. Oh, come on, briefs. Come on. There's boundaries. And I've got a mate who wears briefs. Right. Shout out to Callum. And every time in the changing rooms, he'll put his foot on the bench. He'll go like, whoa, and I'm sat behind him. Have a day off. Yeah, briefs are not for me. Not a chance.
If you could sign a boot contract, who would you sign with?
Bit of pressure. Probably Adidas.
Blonde or brunette?
Ooh, probably blonde. Or ginger. Why are we overlooking gingers? Thank you. Yeah. Have a bit of respect.
How would your friends describe you in 3 words?
Whoa. Depends which ones you ask. I'd probably go funny, charismatic, good looking.
Who's United's best number 7 of all time?
Of all time? Whoa, that's tough. I'd probably have to go in terms of what he's achieved individually. Cristiano Ronaldo.
What's the best takeaway?
Best takeaway? It always depends on what mood you're in, doesn't it really? I'd probably go... See, I've always said Mackey's, but Mackey's don't count as a takeaway in my opinion, that's fast food. So I'd probably go Chinese.
Had any takeaways recently?
You know I did, because I've said it before, so why are you dropping me in it? Listen, I'm on a diet and I had a tough weekend, and yeah, I've had a couple of takeaways. But let's just move past that, because it's a new week, we just don't mention it.
What's the best thing that's happened this year?
Getting asked to go on this shoot with ProDirect, absolutely. But apart from that, I'd probably say moving house, so I've actually got a shower and door handles and a kitchen. Just the basics.
What's one question we should ask Philly?
That's a good question. What is it? Philly's an interesting character because you always think, oh, we'll ask you about football, but he actually doesn't care about football. You can probably tell that in his actual ability. One question, what was it like living in Colombia?
Are you actually mates with Wayne Rooney?
I'm actually, come on, what's that about? I've been to his house, mate. Yeah, I'm very good mates with Wayne Rooney, thank you. Unbelievable. Bottom left. Oh,
Been inside his house or just to it?
yeah, he took me on a tour. We were all in his bar. He took me on a tour around his house and he took me into his memorabilia room. Is that how you say it?
Close.
Yeah, thank you. Where he had all his trophies, his medals, and that is something I'll hopefully never forget. You know, dementia, you don't know, do you? But yeah, that is something I take to my grave. That was, to be fair, that actually is probably the best moment of this year.
Can a plane take off if the runway was a treadmill?
What? Well, you've got to take into the size of the engines. Is it a Boeing 200? Is it a 1544? Is it an Avanti West Coast? What is that question? If it was a treadmill, well, the treadmill's going backwards. I'll be honest, if you're going to get a treadmill big enough to stop a plane, I'll be surprised. I'm going to go with yeah.
Yeah, it can take off?
Yeah, it will take off, yeah.
Okay. What's your favourite smell?
It's going to be a weird one, this. Cut grass or petrol?
Classics.
Don't mind that.
How long do you think you'd survive in a zombie apocalypse?
I'm going to be honest, I've watched The Walking Dead. I think I'd survive a fair few years. Just food, water and a weapon. That's all you need.
What do you think would finally kill you off?
Old age. I think I wouldn't be strong enough to go out and fight, so I'd have nothing. But hopefully I'd have a nice little community to look after me. If not, I've popped my clubs and it's game over.
Is there a conspiracy theory you believe in?
There's a lot. Ghosts, aliens. Are they conspiracy theories? Or are they just things people believe in?
Thinking more like government.
Right, so you're thinking more like
cover-ups
9/11 and stuff like that?
Yeah.
9/11 is an interesting one because there's a lot of stuff that's a bit fishier. But then again, I just think that's no chance, impossible. But I'd probably have to say 9/11. Or the aliens that were in Miami a couple of months ago. That was a load of rubbish. So no, I don't believe in that one actually.
What I'm not familiar with.
So coincidentally, it was after something happened, something quite big. I don't know if it's probably not a pro direct shoot to say, just off camera. It was Jeffrey Epstein. After this certain event happened, all of a sudden there was aliens sighted in Miami and there was loads of police there. It was just a load of rubbish, just to distract everyone.
Leads me quite nicely on to, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah, I do. And I've actually had quite a few paranormal activities. I moved into a house when I was just going in primary school. Moved to a house in a bake-up and my sister's name was already written on the door. And do you know when people write on the doors how tall they are, they draw a line? My sister's name was already on there. So that's a coincidence. Then my mum used to wake up in the middle of the night, feel like her bed was spinning, but the bed had wheels. Do you know what I mean? And my sister's drawers would always just coincidentally open. My mum got home from work once after her birthday. All her birthday cards will lay flat. Not the wind lay flat, they will lay flat like someone had done it. Sister picks them up. Mum comes in for work now. Why all my birthday cards lay flat? Come on, who's playing games here? Bottom left. Sorry, you don't teach that. That is filth, sorry, that's...
Who was your first ever crush?
What's like celebrity crush or just in life?
One of each maybe.
I think my first ever girlfriend was called Eleanor. She absolutely gagged for it, bless her. And I'd probably go celebrity, Talisa or Michelle Keegan.
Do you eat or drink soup?
Drink soup. How can you eat soup unless it's got bits in? Don't take the mick, mate. If it's like vegetable soup and you've actually got stuff in it, then yeah. But if it's not, and it's just normal tomato soup, you can't eat that.
What's the worst thing you've ever been called?
How long have you got? No, seriously, I can't pick one. I genuinely cannot pick one. I like getting called it though. I always say, if you're not getting negative comments, you're not doing the right thing.
What's the best gift you've ever been given?
The gift of life. That is cringe. Nope. Probably a PS4 or PS5. No, PS4, yeah, that was unbelievable. The memories on that PlayStation, wow. No, laptop from my mum when I was a kid.
At what point did you realise Angry Ginge was becoming big?
When I stepped on the scales and it said 14 stones. No, I'd probably say I'd say it was when Zerka came into one of my streams once. He came in, this was about July last year. He came into one of my streams and he went, "Will you get off my For You page?" I went, "Sorry Josh mate, people like what the people like." And from then I was like, "Oh, okay, nice, I'm getting somewhere here." And I liked it, enjoyed it.
What do you think the first person who milked a cow was trying to do?
I think we can all imagine what they were trying to do, if I'm honest. I'll be totally honest. I think it was a mistake. I think a cow's died, they've given it an autopsy and they found milk, and then they figured it out that way.
When was the last time you cried?
Last time I cried? Getting a bit deep here, probably Grandad's funeral, mate. That's all right anyway. Bloody hell. No, it wasn't actually. It was Man United FA Cup final.
Really?
Yeah. Bit cringe crying at football, but I couldn't help it.
Greatest football stadium other than Old Trafford?
Greatest football stadium other than Old Trafford? Well, I've never been to a broad football stadium, so I can't say the Bernabeu, I can't say Nou Camp. So I'd probably go the home of England, Wembley.
It's the German stadiums.
Yeah, I'll tell you something about the German stadiums. The Frankfurt one was very nice, but there was a stadium and the floors that you stand on were at a tilt, so you can't put your drink down on the floor because it's just going to spill. Rattled me that. That's another thing that annoys me. Stupid construction designs.
The best fan base in England
Manchester
other than United.
Oh, best fan base in England. I think Coventry's were good at the final. At the semi-final, sorry, because obviously they didn't make it. Coventry's were good. And I'd probably go possibly Newcastle. Yeah, Newcastle.
And then last one, which one rule would you introduce or one thing you would change about football?
One thing I'd change about football? I'd go back to 3 subs. Because the big teams that cheat, no names mentioned, they get 5 subs and they get 5 unbelievable subs, whereas you get your Nottingham Forests, they're not getting the same amount of subs. And I'd actually change one thing, I'd get rid of VAR, crossbar.
Thanks for that, Ginge. Enjoy the rest of your training session. And
Will do, mate. Thank you.
I'll see you soon.
Have a good one. Come on! That is unbelievable!
I mean, we didn't get it on camera.
You did.